And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. According to a new proposed class action lawsuit, roughly, get this number, 2.9 billion people had their personal information hacked. That reportedly includes every person in America. Most of that stolen data has allegedly been released online for free. Along with social security numbers, the cyber thieves have also posted people's full names, current and past addresses. Here to talk about this data breach, huge data breach, is our cyber security expert, Patrick Jones. Glad to have you here on The Factor Uncensored.
Glad to be here.
How the hell did this happen?
Yeah, so there was a massive breach that happened. There's a party that's responsible. It's US DOD, not a US agency, by the way.
It just sounds like one.
It just sounds like one, and that was kind of the throw-off, right? However, they're responsible for it. They came out in about April and said, hey, look, we're responsible for this particular breach, of which there's 2.7 to 2.9 billion people. Their information has been stolen.
Okay, really quick. You said
Please.
They came out in April, and we're just finding out about it this week.
Absolutely, because the site in which they successfully breached had to go through their due diligence. And when I say go through their due diligence, that means the federal agents are coming in and they're making sure they're doing their forensic analysis, and they want to get all of the information and understand the magnitude of this breach before they go public with it, right? So that's the standard procedure, the standard operating procedure when it comes to that. But it's massive, and it impacts me and you and everyone else that we know as well in the U.S. and outside of the U.S.
But for this class action lawsuit, the average American would not be privy to this.
No, not at all.
And so where's the United States government stepping in to say, here's what happened, check your credit reports, check your private information?
Absolutely. So there's a couple of things that have transpired since then. There may have been an email that came out, or there may have been a mail that you received that said, you know what, your information was a part of a breach. And it's going to be about 4 to 5 pages, and you're going to look at it and you're going to say, you know what, it hasn't impacted me, you're going to rip it up and throw it away. Folks, do not do that. What's going to end up happening out of this, there's some people that are going to, of course, get paid, right? Because who loses in this? It's the everyday citizen.
The consumer.
The consumer, exactly. However, you will most likely receive a level of protection, okay? And that's going to be through like a Symantec, and the organization in which they got breached will pay for it. So it will most likely be free. When you receive that, please act on that. It's something that you should do. It is a preventative measure. At least you will have eyes on your credit and eyes on your information in the dark web as well.
Now, did these alerts come from individual companies that you may do business with, like a phone company, a credit card company, or did it come in general saying, look, you have been part of a breach?
It's in general. You have been part of a breach. Now, most likely the website that was actually breached, their law firm will send out the letter. So when you receive the notification, it's going to be based on the law firm's company. So when you get it, you're probably going to look at it and be like, you know what? No, this has no relevance to me. But it's deeper than that, right? In addition to that, shortly, now it's starting to make national news. You're going to see more articles come out. You're going to see a trial happen. You're going to see the class action lawsuit blossom a bit more as well. So there's more to come there. It's still developing.
And so for those who may have been affected by this, how do they know if they haven't been victimized as of yet, since it's floating out there on the internet? What do you need to do? Folks,
you can automatically assume that you've been victimized. So there's no if I got victimized. You can automatically assume that you are part of the 2.7 to 2.9 billion people. Now, so since we got past that, there's a couple things that you can do. You can go to the credit bureau, okay, all 3 credit bureaus, and you can freeze your credit. That's number 1. You can go to a company like Symantec, and they have a LifeLock, and you can protect your data as well. That's number 2. So there's multiple ways that you can protect yourself and ensure that this doesn't happen again. Because it's not a matter of, again, if, it's when it happens again.
All right. Patrick Jones, VP of Cybersecurity Sales, we want to thank you for joining us here on The Factor Uncensored.